Okay, everybody, Stephen Key here, and today I want to talk about how do you license a big idea. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you can tell that we bring on quite a few simple ideas that get licensed. Ideas in all these different categories. In fact, let me go through a few of them. We'll put them up on the screen. One of my favorite is the whiskey wedge. I love this idea. It's such a simple idea, but it's generated lots of dollars in royalties, but it's a great product. But also one of my favorites is it's called the Glide Mat. Michelle Morrison created this. It's very simple. It sells out on QVC all the time. It's a very simple idea, and I absolutely love it. Now, another idea I think it's doing extremely well is called the multi-gripped mandolin. If you like to cook in a kitchen, you know when you're chopping those vegetables, you got to be very careful because you'll cut your fingers. This is another product that's doing well. Another one of my favorites is called the push and hang. I think that product has been selling out on QVC. It's so simple. If you like to hang pictures like I do, you need the push and hang. I just went through some simple ideas that get licensed all the time. In fact, we see products that get licensed in the pet industry, DRTV, hardware, medical, you name it. We see a lot of products get licensed. But this video is how do you license an idea? How do you license a big idea? It takes, it's a little bit different. All right, so let me begin by telling you, I'm part of this one project called Fishbone, which is a big idea. And it took a while to launch it, but it's in the market now. We're going to show you some video. But Fishbone, real quick, is a 100% curbside recyclable package in the beverage industry.
I'm really excited today. I mean, honestly, Kevin, I mean, this is a real milestone for Atlantic. We have been talking about this for 38, 40 weeks, you know, delivering a high-speed piece of equipment that'll run, 300, 400, 500 cans a minute. Obviously, this will do it.
The higher the speed, the more cans, the more bottles, the more containers we touch, the more people we touch, the more impact we make in replacing plastics that would otherwise contain those, and just the more impact we make in the environment. The feedback that we've gotten in this, from this equipment has been unbelievable. And to understand, to hear these larger brands say, yeah, we like your system, every part of it.
You see, now, as everybody knows, these plastic rings that are in beverages are just not great for the environment. They're terrible for the animals. Basically, plastic packaging is just not great. Well, Fishbone, this team, and I'm part of this team, came up with, like I said, 100% curbside recyclable package that's just remarkable. And it's rolling out. And there's nothing like seeing your product in production, rolling out down this production line. Especially when you come up with this one idea, next thing you know, you actually see it hit the market. There's nothing like it. But those big ideas that you're trying to license are not easy. And I want to go through 7 things that you need to consider when you're trying to license a big idea. Number 1, you need a point of difference. That's right. There's going to be a lot of similar products out there, but your point of difference has to be very obvious, and it has to have somewhat of a wow factor. It has to be different enough for people to say yes. And the reason why it takes a lot of time and money and energy to implement big ideas. So your product idea has to have a point of difference and has to have this wow factor. Number 2, it has to be scalable. You have to understand manufacturing, how you're going to implement it in the company's supply chain, and that's not easy to do, but you have to understand how that product's being produced and how that's going to fit into the supply chain to get that to all the stores across the country. Now, number 3, cost. your idea, the idea that you're going to license has to be at a price point that's very competitive with the existing technology today. So if you're too high, it's not going to work. Even if you're too low, people might doubt it, but it has to be a price point that just works. And Fishbone, all the different types of Fishbone, the one I'm showing you now, in fact, this one here is called the C-Clip, and that one's extremely affordable. It's a wonderful design. It's got great graphics, as you can see, but it's very competitive. Okay, the fourth thing you need to realize, you're going to need to build a team. When you're licensing a simple idea, sometimes you don't need a team. You might need someone to build a prototype for you eventually if you need a prototype. But basically, I think you can do it yourself. But with big ideas, you need a team. And Fishbone has a great team. We have someone that understands design and packaging, design and paper. We have someone that's a material expert. You're going to need a team. There's also someone on the Fishbone team that understands how to build machinery, and someone that also knows how to file intellectual property. So it's a team that's bringing this big idea to market that's licensed it to a very, very large company. The next thing you're going to need to realize is to create demand. When you have a big idea that you're trying to bring to market, there's a lot of risk. And the best way to license a big idea is to show demand. And there's lots of ways to do that. If you get a big company that says, we want it, that's one way to create that demand. That demand will help you pull it through. So it's very, very helpful to have demand for your concept or your product in an area that's a big idea, because it takes away risk. I just went through some tips, some advice if you have a big idea. But here's the biggest tip. If you have a big idea and you want to license it, and you haven't done this before, don't try to license a big idea, because it's not easy. It takes a team of people that have done it before, they have experience, and they realize it's going to take time, it's going to take money, it's going to take patience, but it takes the ability to navigate all these moving parts to give that company confidence that you know what you're doing. There I said it. You have to file the right IP, of course, build a right team, all those things that we just talked about, but also just giving that company, I guess, confidence in you. And so you're taking away that risk. Anyway, this is Stephen Key. Thank you for watching. I'm so excited about Fishbone. You're going to see it everywhere on the store shelves. This is a remarkable product, and I cannot thank Kevin and Keith, the two inventors of this technology, of this new packaging innovation, for coming up with it and letting me be part of their journey. So you guys, thank you for watching. Tell your friends. This is Stephen Key. See you next time.
There's a great idea in each of us. But it's truly magical to see it come to life. Sharing your creativity with the world has never been easier. We can help.